Hi everyone, my name's Brad and I am that busy baker dad. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be checking in on my witch's brew mead. If you haven't seen how this mead was made, please go check out my other video. It's been about 3 weeks now since we've made this, so I want to do a rough rack for it, which means we're basically just going to take all the fruit out of it and transfer it to a different container. And even though it's still really young and it's still fermenting away, we're going to take a little tiny test of it just to see how things are progressing. Normally when I do a rough rack, I do it after about 2 weeks because I feel that that's kind of the perfect time to remove that fruit as it's pretty much done its job. You could leave it in for as long as you want, really. It's not going to do it any harm. This is just the way I like to do it. Now, as I said, we're just going to be removing the fruit right now. So I've got a bowl to catch everything in, and we're just going to pop this lid off. Carefully. And yes, my hands are washed. And this is why I like doing it in a pail. And I just use some cheesecloth to catch all those cranberries in. Makes for very easy removal this way. Now I'm just going to squeeze everything just to get all that extra juice out. I'm sure you can hear it. There's quite a bit contained in there. There we go. I'm just gonna go quickly wash my hands. Now we're just gonna take a sample. Just take it out with our turkey baster. And what better way to taste witch's brew mead than with a good old Harry Potter wine glass. So we're just gonna take a little bit. Doesn't have to be lots. Just enough to give it a taste. I'm gonna actually call in my wife on this one, so get a chance to meet her. Let me just go get her. So I'd like to introduce Mrs. Busy Baker Dad, or whatever. This is my lovely wife, and she is going to have a little sip of this and let me know her thoughts on it. So I'll let you do the honors. Now, this is still really young, so it hasn't been cleared or anything because there's still a pile of leaves. So it's still really young, but let's get your initial thoughts on this.
Okay. I like it. Kind of tastes like cranberry. Kind of tastes like something Christmassy.
Right?
Yeah.
So it should be, oh, meet another friend of the family, kid of the family. That's baby. He wants to join in too. I think this will be perfect for Yule.
Yeah. It's really good.
All right, thanks. I'll continue on while she goes and watches the kids. Well, I'd say that went over really well. So now let's get this transferred over into a different container, and then we'll get it fermenting for a little bit longer. I got my carboy, funnel, and this is gonna be pretty basic. I'm gonna give this a stir. I want all that lees to be mixed all in and to get transferred in with it. So just a quick stir. And now we're just gonna pour this in, hopefully without making too big of a mess. Now, it's okay
that I'm just pouring it in like this. I want everything mixed up. Just because sometimes that active yeast, there's some active yeast still in there. And by stirring it up, it might reactivate it, which will help it continue to ferment. And I'm transferring it to a smaller container just because I don't want too much headroom. If you have too much headroom, there's a very high chance of it spoiling, meaning it'll basically turn into vinegar. And no one wants that, although it would still be useful. And just a little bit more. There we go. And we're just going to put a new airlock on. That's been prepared. And that's it. We're just going to put this down, and we'll leave it for about another 3 weeks before we do our actual real racking to it. And then we'll let it sit to clear.
And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. We'll be making some more different kinds of crazy fantasy meads, learning some more great recipes, and having some awesome family moments. Thank you once again for joining me. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay magical.